can't ever remember anyone being asked for a sports car to follow a hearse on a funeral before.
You've probably heard of expensive weddings or luxury hotels, but what you're about to discover will completely blow your mind. The average funeral costs around $10,000, but the world's most exclusive funeral homes charge more than a Ferrari just for their basic services. But here's what's truly insane. The most expensive part isn't the golden caskets or marble mausoleums you'd expect. It's something far more exclusive that money alone can't buy. Frank E. Campbell, the Funeral Chapel of the Stars. Let's start with the absolute crown jewel. Frank E. Campbell in Manhattan's Upper East Side. This isn't just where the wealthy go to die. It's where legends are born into eternity. When John Lennon was assassinated in 1980, his body was brought here. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, Judy Garland, Heath Ledger, Ivana Trump, all had their final moments orchestrated within these walls. But that's not even the crazy part. This place just got a $20 million renovation. $20 million. Marble floors from Italy, Venetian plaster walls, 5 stories of pure luxury. Most 5-star hotels would be jealous. Each viewing room is a masterpiece. Crystal chandeliers, hand-carved mahogany furniture. Everything screams wealth and power. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. Their basic service fee alone, $9,000. That's before you even choose a casket, before flowers, before any actual services. A full funeral here easily hits 6 figures. For their most exclusive arrangements, we're talking costs that rival luxury real estate. Wait until you hear their secret weapon: absolute discretion. They've perfected handling high-profile deaths with military precision. Celebrity dies? Campbell's team coordinates private security, media blackouts, complete privacy during the family's most vulnerable moments. That level of service doesn't come cheap. W Lymn, where Rolls-Royce meets the afterlife. Now this is where things get absolutely wild. A W Lymn in Nottingham, England. These guys have redefined what it means to travel in style, even in death. They've created something unprecedented. A fleet of custom-made Rolls-Royce Phantom 7 hearses, not modified cars, purpose-built funeral vehicles. Each one costs more than most people's houses. How much? Try $500,000 per hearse. That's $500,000 for a car that drives dead people. But that's nothing compared to their coffins. Gold-plated coffins for $60,000. Not gold-colored, real gold. Applied by master craftsmen, hand-engraved designs, custom interiors lined with the finest silks. Here's the most insane part: their international funeral coordination. Wealthy families from Russia, America, the Middle East, they specifically request W Lymn services. The company flies their entire fleet to different countries for funerals. Imagine the logistics: shipping a fleet of Rolls-Royce hearses across continents. That's the level of service we're talking about. That's why the ultra-rich pay whatever it costs. They even offer Viking-style sea burials, complete with burning ships. The cost? Over $200,000, because apparently some billionaires want to go out like ancient warriors. Forest Lawn, Hollywood's final stage. Los Angeles, Forest Lawn Memorial Park. This isn't just a cemetery, it's the final destination for Hollywood royalty. Michael Jackson's private funeral? It happened here. Cost? Over $1 million. $1 million for a single funeral. But what makes Forest Lawn truly special is how they've turned death into an art form. The grounds feature more art per square foot than most museums. Full-size replicas of Michelangelo's sculptures, stained glass windows that rival European cathedrals, mausoleums that look like miniature palaces. The Great Mausoleum alone houses over 60,000 crypts. Private family rooms cost hundreds of thousands of dollars each. But here's what's really crazy. The real luxury isn't what you see, it's what you don't see. Their security operation rivals major corporations. When Michael Jackson's funeral happened, they coordinated with federal agencies. Complete privacy. The level of planning is mind-boggling. They even have underground tunnels, secret passages for VIP families to avoid paparazzi. The tunnel system cost $5 million to build. $5 million for underground hallways. Leverton and Sons. London's royal connection. But wait, there's more. Leverton and Sons in London has been handling royal funerals for over 200 years. 200 years of bearing the most powerful people on earth. They handled Princess Diana's funeral. Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Their client list reads like a who's who of British aristocracy. Their fleet, vintage Rolls-Royce, hearses worth $300,000 each. Custom-built, horse-drawn carriages for state funerals. The craftsmanship is unbelievable. Here's what's insane. They employ master carpenters who hand-build coffins using techniques from the 1800s. Each coffin takes weeks to complete. The wood, imported from specific forests. The hardware, sterling silver. Cost for a full, royal-style funeral? Over $500,000. That's $500,000 for a single day. Their most exclusive service? Royal embalming techniques used on actual monarchs. The process takes 3 days. Costs $75,000. But it preserves the body for centuries. Here's what's fascinating about this industry. It's not really about death at all. It's about legacy, status, the ultimate expression of wealth. These funeral homes understand something crucial. For their clientele, the funeral isn't an ending. It's the final performance of a lifetime. Want proof? The Basilica of St. Patrick's Old Cathedral in New York offers Manhattan's last full-body burial crypt. The price? $7 million. $7 million for a burial plot. That's more than most people earn in their entire lifetime, for a space smaller than a walk-in closet. But here's the psychology. For the ultra-wealthy, this isn't an expense. It's an investment in immortality. These aren't just burial sites. They're monuments to legacy, designed to ensure their names live on for generations. Some families spend more on their mausoleum than their actual house. One tech billionaire spent $12 million on a private mausoleum. $12 million. It has better amenities than most luxury hotels. Most people don't realize this. These luxury funeral homes employ death concierge, specialists who coordinate every aspect of a high-end funeral like luxury wedding planners. These professionals handle everything, chartering private jets to transport family members, coordinating with international embassies for state funerals, working with florists who create arrangements costing tens of thousands. One Campbell funeral director revealed something incredible. They once coordinated a funeral where the family flew in a chef from France, just to cater the post-service reception. The cost? Over $50,000, just for catering. Another case? A Russian oligarch's funeral required 24-hour security for 3 weeks, private military contractors, encrypted communications. The security budget alone? $200,000. They even coordinate with luxury brands. One funeral featured custom Hermes scarves for all attendees. Cost? $25,000. For scarves, at a funeral. That's the level of detail we're talking about. Let's talk about caskets. The ultra-wealthy don't just buy caskets. They commission masterpieces. The most expensive casket ever sold? $25 million. $25 million. Made from solid gold, encrusted with diamonds, lined with the finest silk from Italy. But that's extreme. Even regular luxury caskets are insane. Hand-carved mahogany caskets start at $50,000. Bronze caskets with custom engravings? $75,000. Platinum caskets? Over $100,000. One funeral home in Switzerland offers caskets made from meteorite material. Actual space rock. Price? $500,000. Because apparently some people want to be buried in material that's literally out of this world. The craziest part? Some caskets have built-in technology, climate control systems, LED lighting, even Wi-Fi hotspots. Because apparently staying connected matters even in death. Modern luxury funeral homes are incorporating technology that sounds like science fiction. Digital memorialization services where the deceased's entire digital life is preserved, accessible through QR codes on headstones. Live streaming services for family members who can't attend. But these aren't simple video calls. Professional-grade productions, multiple camera angles, professional lighting, even drone footage for outdoor services. The most exclusive funeral homes offer legacy preservation, comprehensive biographical documentaries about the deceased, professional interviews, archival footage, cinematic production values, cost over $100,000. But families treasure these for generations. Some funeral homes now offer holographic memorials, three-dimensional projections of the deceased giving final messages. The technology costs $75,000 per installation, but for grieving families, priceless. One funeral home in Japan offers robot priests, AI-powered Buddhist monks that perform funeral ceremonies. Cost? $50,000 per service. The future is absolutely wild. Want to know what real money looks like? Private mausoleums. These aren't just burial sites. They're architectural masterpieces. A basic two-crypt mausoleum starts at $125,000. But the ultra-wealthy don't do basic. Walk-in family mausoleums? $250,000 to $3 million. $3 million for a house for dead people. The most expensive private mausoleum ever built? $15 million. $15 million. Marble imported from Greece, stained glass windows, climate control, security systems. It's basically a luxury home for eternity. Some mausoleums have more amenities than actual houses. One in California has a full kitchen, a living room, even a bathroom, because apparently visiting the dead should be comfortable. Here's what's truly remarkable. These funeral homes cater to cultural and religious requirements from around the world. They maintain relationships with religious leaders from every major faith, traditional Jewish burials, elaborate Hindu cremation ceremonies, everything. Some wealthy families request services spanning multiple countries. One recent case, a billionaire whose funeral services happened simultaneously in 3 different countries. Live satellite connections allowed family members worldwide to participate in real time. The logistics alone are staggering. Coordinating time zones, multiple languages, different cultural customs. It's like planning a global summit, except it's for a funeral. One Middle Eastern prince had his funeral broadcast live to 7 countries. The production cost? $2 million. $2 million for a funeral broadcast. The luxury funeral industry is worth billions globally. It's growing faster than almost any other luxury sector. As global wealth increases, more families spend extraordinary amounts on final farewells. But here's what's really driving this growth. It's not just about the wealthy getting wealthier. It's about changing attitudes toward death and legacy. Modern affluent families see funerals as the ultimate expression of love and respect. They're willing to spend accordingly. The average luxury funeral now costs $150,000. That's 15 times the national average. And prices keep climbing. Some funeral homes have waiting lists. Actual waiting lists for death services. The most exclusive funeral homes book out months in advance, because apparently even dying has become competitive. Perhaps the most expensive service these funeral homes provide isn't gold caskets or marble mausoleums. It's privacy. In our hyper-connected world, the ability to grieve without media intrusion has become the ultimate luxury. These funeral homes employ former intelligence operatives, security specialists. They use encrypted communications, coordinate with local law enforcement, even employ decoy services to throw off paparazzi. For the ultra-wealthy, this privacy is priceless. It allows families to grieve authentically, without worrying about their most vulnerable moments becoming public spectacle. One funeral home charges $100,000 just for privacy coordination. That's $100,000 to keep the media away, and wealthy families pay it gladly. They even use decoy hearses, multiple funeral processions to confuse photographers. The cost? $50,000 extra. But for celebrities, worth every penny. The world of luxury funeral homes reveals something profound about human nature. Even in death, we seek to express our values, our love, our legacy. These aren't just businesses. They're guardians of final wishes, architects of lasting memories, custodians of human dignity at its most vulnerable moment. While most of us will never experience these levels of luxury in death, understanding this world gives us insight. How the ultra-wealthy think about legacy, family, the ultimate expression of love. Because in the end, these extraordinary expenses aren't really about the deceased, they're about the living. Their need to honor those they've lost in the most meaningful way possible. What do you think about spending millions on a funeral? ultimate expression of love or unnecessary extravagance? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this glimpse into the world of luxury death fascinating, make sure to subscribe for more exclusive looks behind the scenes of how the world's wealthiest live and die.